3,
Good afternoon, and how you doing out there? Welcome to Tea Time, coming at you from the Brew Sports Network studio here in lovely Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm Ken.
I'm Nick.
And we're excited to be talking about golf today, Nick, aren't we?
Always.
Just a reminder that Brew Sports is broadcast live on Facebook, YouTube, and Spreaker. And don't forget to comment your voice or your opinions, comment or voice your opinions about the show or anything related to golf at brewsportsnet.com. All right, what do we got going on today, Nick?
Looks like we have the riveting action to cover regarding the Byron Nelson Championship over at the Four Seasons.
Look at the Four Seasons. Beautiful course.
It was. Always is.
Just an absolutely beautiful course. Just lovely to see, picturesque on the screen.
Yeah, the weather helps.
Yeah, wow. They got nice weather down there, that's for sure.
Yep.
So, pretty exciting tournament. Did you get a chance to watch it?
I did. I tuned in. I followed pretty harsh on the last 12 holes probably.
Yeah.
So it was kind of nice because they didn't really cut away too much from Billy or Jason, and they were putting on a show for a little bit while there.
Just another, I don't know if you've been watching a lot of the tournaments this year, just another story of somebody coming out of nowhere and not predicted to do anything, and all of a sudden just taking the whole tournament. Billy Horschel missed the last 4 cuts.
Right. A name that most golf fans have heard of, followed, seen before. Per usual, it's a lean guy with a great swing. Weird, turns out he's an okay golfer now, and it was. It was fun.
He was putting out of his mind.
Yeah. So it was a few times where Faldo on the broadcast was talking about, they were shocked that he made his longest putt of his career on the tour, and it was like 44 feet or something. And he said, "Oh, I would have guessed you would have accidentally sank like 100-footer or something at some time." So,
right.
That's putting's the game, right?
And poor Jason Day, he just seems to be coming up short all over the
snake
place.
Snake bit, right? So it's I was floored when he missed that. What was it, 3-footer, 4-footer? He ran it by. He was trying to win. Awesome, always go for it. But talk about a good putter, especially in clutch situations. And
usually,
I was floored when he missed it. I said, well, it's not really how you want to win a golf tournament, but
I'll be honest. I almost turned off this TV. I assumed he was gonna sink that. It was gonna be no problem for him.
We're going to the 20th hole, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, that's the way it goes. Jason Day didn't get a chance to win the Byron Nelson. Hopefully, he gets a little luckier here in the next couple of weeks. But Billy Horschel, great week for him. Looks like he's starting to step up his game, and I think it's time we talk about some of the people who maybe didn't have a great weekend.
Yeah, sure. If you want to bring up, what was he? Probably the number one searched person on Google for a few weeks back a year or two ago, Jordan Spieth, missing the cut, which
2 cuts in a row.
Yeah, it's not your hope. It feels like everybody's hoping for that next Tiger.
Yeah,
and I think everybody wants it that bad, but at the same time, these kids, they're so good all the time.
Everybody's so good. And you're seeing different names at the top of the list every week.
It's direct, reflect from Tiger. Everybody, we talk about it. It's great. Should always talk about it. But Jordan missing it. I had an inside note, whether it's true or not, from a source that he came up to Wisconsin to attend a fellow golfer's kid's grad party, and I think he might have used that as an excuse to stumble upon a certain golf course in the area that has a tournament coming up in a couple of weeks. So
you think he might be a little in his head right now, worrying about what he's doing on the course?
He probably. It's hard. It's all mental, this game, and could you blame the guy for thinking, a month away?
So what do you think? Did you get the chance to watch him at all this week? Were you?
No,
watching
I just saw the highlights, if you will. So, but no, and he's streaky. I'd love to be streaky like him, but I did not get an opportunity to see much of him. So, his putters failed him a few times, I know, but I don't know if that was the issue.
I don't know if
Thursday or Friday.
I watched a little bit on Friday, and obviously he didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
And they weren't following him too much, other to say, Jordan Spieth, he's going to miss the cut again. Yeah. It seems like his short game was off. He wasn't able to chip. He wasn't able to get up on the green.
Yeah, and that's where he's so good.
Yeah.
All the time, it seems, at least when the cameras are on. So,
Well, Jordan Spieth, if you're out there, if you're listening, buddy, we got your back. We're here for you.
Yeah.
We want you to do better. So keep plugging away and keep walking Aaron Hills. Maybe you'll make a dent there. But another guy who just seemed to be, let's be honest, he was just not expected to do anything this year. Came out and just won the Masters, which was something that was an absolute surprise for everybody. And then the last 2 weeks, he goes 20 and 30.
Yeah, it's little Sergio.
Yeah, he had a surge.
Yeah, right.
And now he's part of the EO.
Yeah, so a lot of my friends that I talk with about just sports in general, but it's all about the championships, especially in golf, about the majors. Mm-hmm. And it got to a point. I'm American. America. I root for Americans when it comes down, and when it was
Look at you.
Yeah, I know. I'm going on a limb there on that one, but he. But I wasn't rooting against him per se in the Masters. It was more of I'm just waiting for him to be him, and when he's short.
He's doing it now.
Yeah,
he's doing it in the subsequent week. He shot 4 over on Sunday.
And that's just maybe the pressure's off, and now he just really doesn't care. I don't know.
I got my green jacket. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, my career's accomplished. So I don't know. His irons are always fun to watch because he never really seems off with that. It's just if it's he needs birdie on this hole to force a playoff, he's not going to get the birdie type of thing. And sad to say that it's not shocking that he didn't really show up when it mattered, but
or maybe let me just point this out to you. In WGC match play, he went 30th on March 22nd, the week before the Masters. Tied for 30th. Okay. Tied 20th this week.
I was going to ask what was his finish.
He's tied 20th, and he is set up to play the Dean DeLuca.
Right.
So if he goes, if he ties for 30th again, I think we got to look out at Aaron Hills.
We
might see the surge part of Sergio back again.
His game fits well for almost any course, really.
Yeah.
You can manipulate it, and it's truly a shock he hasn't won more majors before. Then again, he's got how many second, third place finishes?
He's got a lot. That man is definitely knows how to stand near the podium. Yeah. I guess is the best way to put it. He's definitely a friend of the area around. Yeah. In fact, that's going to be his movie when he retires. Standing near the podium. That's me.
Bronze medalist.
Yeah.
Sergio.
James Hahn. We talked about some bad cases, but James Hahn has really been looked at and followed a lot this year. They're expecting a lot of him, and he's starting to step up. He shot a 64 on Saturday, had a really good round.
On moving day.
And then Sunday fell a little bit short. It wasn't so much him falling short as Billy Horschel just keeping the pressure on.
Yeah.
How do you feel about James Hahn?
Good player. It does say something. So I'm looking at his scores here. 64 on Thursday, incredible, great score. 70 on Friday, so kept it even. But kept himself in
contention,
in the conversation. And like you said, 64 again, and then followed up with a 71, which I believe was 1 over on Sunday. So, it's just one of those things of, not to detriment on Hahn or players like him that do that, but I think it just even highlights more of what Day and Horschel, players like that, when they actually do win, or the big boys, Day and all them, how consistent and easy they make it look at that level.
Yeah.
To shoot a 64, I'll do that on 12 holes, not 18.
I can do that on 3.
But if you want to make it a high score competition, let's go. But like you said, he just, it was one of those, he didn't lose. I think Horschel and Day just put the pressure on, and they were only 1 stroke away, but it felt a lot further.
It did. By the time you got to Sunday, James was not really. Jimmy wasn't really in the hunt anymore.
Right.
One more guy I want to talk about real quick at the Byron Nelson Kokrak.
Yep.
Dude, 62.
Yeah, he made all the highlights. He was the leading. He was a leader, and then the leading headline of sports.
Yeah.
With the 62, and it was one of those of casual golf fan. I follow up with my dad, who follows a lot, and I said, yeah. He fired a 62. He goes, who? I said, yeah, well, might want to
exactly.
Look into him. So, and then follows it up with the 72-70. So, again, sad to not harping on him, but the game is cruel in every sense.
Absolute nerves. It's difficult. Anybody who's out there, you try for 1 or 2 good shots, and you hope those work, and if they don't, you end up falling apart.
Right. Yeah, it's a funny thing. Pressure, just anything in life. There's a reason that makes it great. Standing over an 8-foot putt on Thursday, not really a big deal.
No.
I mean, unless you're trying to shoot like a 57 or something, but not a big deal. 8-foot putt to win a tournament on a Sunday at 5:30. That's a different ball game.
With guys like Jason Day and
yeah,
Dustin Johnson and Jordan Spieth, watching from home, but still watching.
Right.
We're gonna shift gears here because I just took a shot at
Jordan.
And he's actually in Wisconsin, so
right.
I'm probably
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I don't want to get hit with a golf ball as I'm driving down.
So he'll find you, Ken. You gotta be careful.
I live out in that way, so I really want to be careful. And once Brew Sportsnet gets us our journal passes for the Erin Hills, we'll be there walking with them.
They're in the mail, right?
Hey, of course.
Yep.
Kingsmill Championship. The reason Lexi Thompson. Did you hear about this at all?
I did not. We were chatting before the show.
Oh,
you had mentioned her a bit. So take a breath. Yeah.
Absolutely killing it. She just destroyed
on the course.
Right? On the course.
Okay.
Right. Nobody, no carnage in the parking lot, but on the course, she just 20 under, 5 over beat the rest of the field by 5 strokes. Just absolutely destroyed him. And I saw that because it was also interesting. Bernard Langer also did the same thing in the Seniors Tour. Yeah,
he's that guy just doesn't go away. That's how I feel about him. It's one of those. I root for him because he's truly a competitor that makes everybody else better because he elevates his game always seemingly at the right time. If it's a major or a course set up for his game, I don't know if the guy practices and just shows up and fires, hey, I'm going to shoot a 66 today and tomorrow. And then you sit there going, well,
I suppose you could do that.
My 64 wasn't that cushionable, I guess.
If that's how you do it. All right, then.
But, yeah, he's one of those guys that you always see. Is it any shock if I say, hey, in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whenever it is, the U.S. Open, hey, Bernard Langer is going to be top 3 after entering Sunday.
Even 36 holes, yeah.
People will be like, well,
no.
Okay, fine. It's not a shock.
Because he was in the hunt for the Masters. I know he made the cut, and I know last year he was like top 10.
Right.
In like 2 of the majors.
And
this dude's like 105 years
right,
old.
Just earning a nice paycheck.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, whatever.
Quietly.
I'm German and I'm good.
Right, yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, 60
Fine craftsmanship.
Yeah. Fine craftsmanship.
Hey, just a reminder, Brew Sports is broadcast live on Facebook, YouTube, and Spreaker. Don't forget, hey, if you agree with us, if you disagree with us, we want to hear about it. So please drop by brewsportsnet.com and let us know. Give us your opinion. You can follow us on Twitter at brewsports.net. What is coming up this week, Nick?
Wow, laying it on me. So, like you mentioned before, let me pronounce this correctly, Dean and DeLuca Invitational.
Correct.
So, we have the whole cast of characters, and actually pretty decent field here. You had mentioned Sergio.
Any notables not showing up?
That's a good question.
I think I saw Dustin. I'm sorry. I think Dustin Johnson is stepping out of this one.
DJ.
I think Jordan is too, because it sounds like he might be in Wisconsin.
Probably practicing.
Yeah.
As on a certain course that
as
may or may not be
available to him.
Yes. But yeah, a couple of the big names, but I wanted to highlight that. It's a pretty. I'm looking at the field there. It's pretty tough.
Yeah.
So it's pretty big names. Like I said, the first picture I saw was Aaron Baddeley. I kind of want to make that my Facebook profile picture. I don't know if there's a way we can share it to the screen backs, but
maybe Baxter. Maybe we can get that on the website at one point because Aaron Baddeley.
I love the photo.
He's a player.
Yeah. I think it's great.
Speaking of player, Nick, how about we bring on our correspondent this week? We got Adam Cronin. He's going to be joining us. Adam, are you there?
Yes, I am, guys. How are you doing?
Good. How you? Did you have a good week? Did you get to watch the Byron Nelson at all?
I watched some of it. I sadly missed the last couple holes in the playoffs, so I did get the rundown from my father about it, but I sadly missed it. I heard it was pretty interesting and finished with Jason Day and Herschel there, so it was a pity that I did. But it seemed like it was a good tournament and good for Billy.
Well, that's it was fun to watch. I got to catch most of it on Sunday, a little bit on Saturday. It was definitely fun to watch. But what we want to talk about is coming up this week, the Dean and DeLuca Invitational happening. Have you done any research on it? You know what's happening this weekend?
Yeah, I think I heard you and Nick talking about it. There's, it's a pretty tough field. There's the obvious favorites up there from past winners like Phil Mickelson, Jordan Spieth, but also what I see everybody's eyeing at is this guy Ryan Palmer. He's been a member at the Colonial, which is where the tournament is, since 2010, and he's had 3 top 5 finishes in the last 5 years at this tournament. So I thought that was kind of surprising. I knew of Ryan Palmer, but I didn't see him, competing in any of the upcoming tournaments to this weekend. So I thought that was surprising. But like you guys are saying, it's a pretty tough field. It's not a big tournament, but it's kind of surprising. All these guys are trying to get their swings in before they go up to Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of. They got some pretty interesting groupings going on this weekend too that I'm looking forward to.
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So speaking of that tournament going on in Wisconsin, let's talk about the Dean DeLuca first. If I had to get you to force you to tell me who you think's going to take it this weekend, who do you think is the favorite? Do you think Palmer's got the edge here?
Palmer knows the course pretty well. I saw an interview with him where he was kind of going through the ropes through each of the holes, each of the tough holes, and it'll be interesting to see if he actually competes. But the obvious, the guys that always win the week before is the obvious favorite. Herschel will be up there. I heard Spieth is fixing some things, including his putter, which kind of hurt him last week. So, I think he. Yeah, key, yeah, very key. And, a lot of people surprisingly are talking about Kuchar and Mickelson, which, I think that's what this year has kind of been about. These, random guys you always see in tournaments, but just randomly showing up in these small little tournaments before the big ones. So yeah. I think if you had to put your money on it, you got Phil, Spieth, Kuchar, and Herschel are probably in that top 4 range for the favorites right now. Besides Palmer, obviously.
Yeah. Palmer, yeah, I think Palmer's got a good shot too.
So I just did a quick recon work. Defending champion Jordan Spieth. The purse is about almost $7 million. And Ryan Palmer is an interesting cat, based on what Aaron was saying. He 112th in the world ranking, so not borderline losing his tour card, but definitely not comfortable.
No, right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And he's in that prime age. He's 40, so he's capable, but he's smart. And last week, very quiet. Finished 27th, shot 71, 68, 68, 70 for 3 under. Not terrible, but quiet. So, yeah, if he knows the course, all he needs is a couple breaks to go his way. It doesn't seem. He missed the cut at the Players.
I was gonna say, what was his last?
We'll just bypass the 71, 77. So maybe he was in a rush.
Yeah.
I don't know. But prior to that, at the Valero, he finished 6th. Took home $200K. Not bad. And then before that, lost my earpiece. Before that, at the RBC Heritage, finished 11th, 8 under, and then prior to that, missed the cut. So. 2 missed cuts in the last 5. Sounds like Spieth. So, so that's a defending. We should maybe rename the show Jab Jordan.
Jab Jordan.
I don't know.
So. We're just taking shots all
unintentional,
over the place.
But he's 17-year pro. Heard of him?
I've heard of him
not flashy,
too.
But not consistent, I guess, for the most part.
But he has yet to. I don't know if he won. He hasn't won anything in the last couple of years. I know that.
Yeah.
When was the last time he won a?
Let's check. Let's see if I can get back that far. So.
Back in 1983.
Yeah. Right.
He won the GMO.
At least in 2017, he's played in 6, 8. Don't do math on air, right? So I think 10 events and 11 events, mind you. Sorry, and then missed the cut 6 times.
Wow.
So,
okay.
But when he doesn't miss the cut, he seems to play well.
Well,
so it's all or nothing.
It seems like this is after Siwoo Kim and after after Billy Horschel, it seems like this would be
Right.
perfect for him to step up.
Yeah,
and
it
come
makes
out of
too
nowhere
much
and win a
sense for
tournament.
it to happen.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, we got to ask you one more thing, Adam, and then we're going to play a game with you if you don't mind. But I'm going to ask everybody every time we got a major coming up. We got the U.S. Open coming up. Who do you think is primed to make a move there? You think we're going to have an unknown nobody like a Billy Horschel coming back in the limelight after years of being in at the bottom of the list, or you think somebody who's already up at the top going to take it this year?
I've been, we've been talking about it a couple of times on this show, and I was kind of sticking with Jordan and, Ricky and those guys, but, they haven't really shown up this year. And Jordan last weekend, I was kind of shocked at his play, especially his short game play. That's usually where he kind of brings it all together. But, I think, I think this year has been kind of surprising, especially with Sergio winning the Masters and, different guys coming up out of nowhere winning some major tournaments before the big majors. So I think, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a nobody or if it's a Billy Herschel or this. I heard of this kid before, John Ram, who everybody's all about right now. Kuchar's coming out of the woodworks in the background. Everybody's all about Kuchar again, So I think, I won't be surprised if it's just somebody randomly there on Sunday holding up that trophy and people are like, oh yeah, I remember that guy from like two years ago.
And for the 15th year, and for the 15th year, I'm going to put in Steve Stricker again. Eventually that man's going to win a major tournament in Wisconsin.
But that's the thing, like Stricker, it's his home state.
Right.
He'll be there. He will want to put on a show. And it'll be interesting. I always liked Stricker because I grew up in the northern part of Illinois, so like we were right there when he was always in those big tournaments, especially the John Deere too. So I wouldn't be surprised if Steve Stricker comes out of nowhere and wins that tournament. You never know, like that up there in Kohler. You never know what the weather's going to be like, what the grass is going to play, and what's coming off the lake up there.
Excellent. All right, well let's play a little game.
Yeah, let's
All
do
right.
it.
Mm-hmm.
This game's called What's in the Bag. So we're gonna give you a golfer, Adam, and then you got to tell us what's in their bag. Give us 3 items that you think they'd find in their bag. All right,
Okay, this should be interesting.
I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna give you Jordan Spieth. Let's go with who we've been picking on the whole half hour here. Well, Jordan Spieth. What's in Jordan Spieth's bag right now?
Well, hopefully a putter.
A new one?
I'm not so sure.
Yeah. Hopefully now a putter.
I think he's just gonna try to chip it in from now on.
Yeah. I think he's gonna take some bunker shots. 3 things that Jordan has. I know he's a big partier. I see him with Ricky every time there's a weekend off of a tournament. So he's probably got a couple drinks in his bag. Like a good old golfer, maybe a 6-pack. But hopefully a putter, a 6-pack, and that driver of his. That'll hopefully help him out, especially this weekend. I heard there's a couple of short holes this weekend.
Yeah, most of these guys, these drivers now, these driver heads are about 5 feet in diameter, so that's pretty much all they can fit in their bag.
Yeah, the sweet spot is huge.
Yeah. Well, when you got DJ up on the tee, he's going to hit it close to 400 and be right there on the green on some holes. So.
All right, Nick, you got a golfer for Adam?
How about my boy Aaron Baddeley?
Ooh.
What's in his bag?
Baddeley. Oh my God.
You get that photo yet, Baxter? Is that possible?
Wasn't he up there last weekend? He was up on near the leaderboard at the start.
Where'd you find that photo, Nick? I'll look for it.
Here, I'll.
You go to Dean DeLuca website,
Yep.
the Invitational, and it's right there.
Aaron Baddeley.
I don't know if you haven't seen this, Adam. I guarantee he's got some form of hair gel in his bag.
Yeah.
He's probably.
I could probably say that. Yeah.
He's probably got hemp iron covers.
Let's see. I want to see how I can share this with you.
And I'm sure some sort of male waxing form of something
Yeah,
special.
That guy was around for a while and then kind of just dropped off. I haven't heard that name in years now. That's crazy.
He was trying to Samson out his hair is what he was trying to do because he is looking stylish.
Let me see if I can
man.
bring it up to back.
That's great. Yeah, you got some pretty good stuff in that bag right there. I got to trust you there.
All right, how about one final? Let's go Matt Kuchar. What Matt Kuchar got in his bag?
Oh, he's got that German stuff on him. He's got, the nice, pretzel for that the turn at 9. He's got a nice couple of big German beers, and he's the driver guy, so he's got that big old driver head that's going to get him. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins a major or two this year. So
probably a little Jägermeister.
Just from what I'm hearing. Yeah, maybe some Jägermeister, taking some shots.
So you can stay awake.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Adam, thank you so much for calling in and being our correspondent today, and thanks for all your words, your wise words of wisdom.
Thank you, guys. Have a good weekend. All right.
Thanks. You too, Aaron.
All right. That is tea time for today. Nick, thanks for hanging out today.
Oh, thanks for having me. This was fun.
Absolutely a blast, and we look forward to coming back again. And just a little something we want to say real quick here at Brew Sportsnet. Thoughts and prayers for the people of Manchester and what's happening there. I know everybody here at the network and everybody I've talked to is thinking about what happened there and that senseless horror that's happening. So if you get a chance, check out the website. Go there. Simon Provan, who's one of the one of the hosts here, he put up a nice video. So check that out and keep me in your thoughts and prayers as well. So until next time, I'm Ken.
I'm Nick.
And we'll see you. And Baxter's over there, by the way. Yep. Say hi, Baxter.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
And we'll see you next week on Tea Time.
All right, see ya.
3